Why did Taehyung suddenly cry after receiving a message from Jungkook? Is something happening behind the scenes of BTS that the public doesn't know about? And is it true that BTS will be making a major move after completing military service? South Korea's entertainment world has once again been shaken by unexpected and touching news, as Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, was reported to have cried after receiving important information from his fellow group member, Jungkook. An internal source who declined to be named stated that the information was related to the future of BTS as a music group and that the contents of the message were emotional enough to make Taehyung break down in tears. So, what really happened? Initial reports from several local media outlets state that Jungkook has delivered a major decision currently being considered by HYBE label's management along with all BTS members. Although there has been no official confirmation from the agency or related parties, the information alone was enough to trigger a wave of reactions from fans around the world. In a message sent personally to Taehyung, Jungkook is said to have provided an outline regarding a new direction that BTS will likely take once the members complete their military service. It is important to note that both Taehyung and Jungkook are currently still active in their military duties. However, internal communication between members continues, especially regarding BTS's strategic future projects. Based on information circulating among limited circles in Korea's music industry, there is potential that BTS will undergo a total rebranding or begin a new phase different from what the public has known. What shocked the public even more was the fact that Taehyung, known as a strong and emotionally composed figure, showed such a strong emotional reaction. Several speculations then emerged. Was the news so touching because it was positive in nature, such as a plan for a spectacular comeback involving all members with a very personal concept? Or on the contrary, is there a painful decision behind the information, such as the possibility of a long-term hiatus, internal restructuring, or even the resignation of one of the members? Another source close to BTS's internal circle stated that the communication between Jungkook and Taehyung was related to an important announcement currently being prepared by HYBE. The announcement, according to unofficial reports, is said to be one of the most monumental statements in BTS's career history. It is still unclear whether the announcement is related to the release of a new album, a global concert, or something that has never been done by any K-pop group before. The situation became even more intense when the media began to track digital communications between BTS members. Some fans who closely monitor social media activity noted that Jungkook recently showed signs of deep reflection through his posts, both on the weverse platform and in personal messages to fans. Many interpreted these gestures as a form of psychological preparation for the big news to come. Furthermore, Korean entertainment industry experts analyzed that Taehyung's tears could represent two sides of emotion. First, deep sadness due to changes that must be accepted as part of industry dynamics. Second, overwhelming emotion due to a decision or plan that will reignite BTS's spirit and unity in ways never imagined before. As of the writing of this article, HYBE Labels has refused to issue an official statement. When contacted by several media outlets, the agency's spokesperson only stated, "We are preparing several important matters for BTS's future, and they will be announced to the public at the right time." On the other hand, analysts also highlighted this moment as a critical point in BTS's history. The year 2025 is predicted to be a crucial year as all members are scheduled to complete their military service by the end of the year or early 2026. If it is true that the information conveyed by Jungkook is related to a major post-military project, then it will become HYBE's main strategy in rebuilding BTS's global stage. But the main unanswered question remains, what exactly was in Jungkook's message that made Taehyung cry? Some industry sources mention the possibility that Jungkook revealed personal plans from the members that would affect BTS's configuration. There are rumors that one or two members might take on different roles, not active on the music stage anymore, but more focused on production, visual arts, or broader global charity activities. Many also believe that BTS is preparing to make an unprecedented move by a K-pop artist. such as holding a simultaneous comeback concert on 5 continents or launching a trilogy album containing personal messages from each member about their journey during military service. What makes this issue even more emotional is the note that Taehyung and Jungkook share a very strong emotional closeness as friends and colleagues. The message from Jungkook, according to insider testimony, was delivered in a very personal way, touching on their past experiences and their shared struggle as part of BTS since adolescence. A media analyst from K-pop Insight News stated, "When Jungkook says something that makes Taehyung cry, it's not just ordinary news. It signifies that whatever is happening behind the scenes is reshaping BTS's future. This is not just about concerts or albums, but about the direction of their existence as a global group." For ARMY, this is not just a matter of curiosity about the contents of the message, but also about emotional readiness to face BTS's future, which is no longer as predictable as before. Many have posted on social media that they are ready to support any decision by the members, but still feel anxious about the possibility of emotional goodbyes, lineup changes, or other extreme steps. Of course, until official information is released, the public can only speculate. However, the fact that Taehyung cried after receiving a message from Jungkook is enough to suggest that something big is underway. The only thing that can be confirmed right now is that BTS is not done. They are preparing for something far greater than just a comeback. The question now is the world ready to face the new version of BTS? And if a major change is indeed coming, does this mean a new era of K-pop is beginning, once again driven by BTS? Currently, the world's attention is focused on HYBE and the entire team behind BTS. One announcement could change the direction of the industry. One message from Jungkook could open a new chapter in global music history. And one tear from Taehyung could very well be the beginning of a BTS story that we've never imagined before. However, after further investigation and verification by the editorial team through various official and credible sources, including statements from HYBE labels and official military representatives where Taehyung and Jungkook are serving, the information stating that Taehyung cried after receiving a shocking message from Jungkook regarding BTS's future cannot be proven true. As of now, there is no official statement, communication record, or confirmation from credible media that can verify this claim. In fact, both Jungkook and Taehyung are currently fulfilling their military duties under strict supervision with highly limited communication access for personal matters, especially regarding strategic or confidential internal group decisions. Moreover, HYBE has never released or hinted at any internal communication leading to major decisions capable of triggering such an emotional reaction like crying. This news reportedly originated from speculative posts on social media and quickly spread across international fan community platforms. Several large fanbase accounts are suspected of reinforcing the narrative, despite the absence of concrete evidence. Many even added emotional and dramatic elements when discussing the rumor, making it appear real to the public. It must be emphasized that so far, there is no valid evidence of Taehyung crying due to a message from Jungkook or of any secret information regarding a major change in BTS's future. All these speculations are largely based on free interpretations by certain parties, not facts that have been verified. HYBE labels itself has, on several occasions, urged the public and media to be cautious with speculative news, particularly those related to the private lives of its artists. In a previous press release, the agency emphasized that all official information about BTS would be announced through their official communication channels, not via rumors or unilateral viral news. End conclusion. The news claiming that Taehyung cried because of a shocking message from Jungkook about BTS's future is untrue and cannot be journalistically or factually justified. The public, especially fans, are urged not to be easily swayed by emotional narratives lacking a strong basis and to always rely on information from official sources. As of now, all BTS members are still carrying out their military duties professionally, and there has been no statement regarding any decisions about the group's future. Any information about a comeback, restructuring, or new projects will be announced directly by the agency when the time is right. As part of our journalistic responsibility, we assert that the initial article content was a speculative analysis based on circulating issues, not an official fact. This correction and clarification are provided to maintain the integrity of information and to prevent further misunderstanding among the public.